Okay, so this is the 2012 ordinary level suspense accounts. So what a suspense account is basically an account used to record mistakes by the accountant, and we have to go and find the mistakes here in the question. So it says the trial balance of C. Wilson failed to agree, and the difference was entered in the suspense account. On the examination of the books, the following errors were revealed. So we've to split our page into three columns: what they did, what should have been done, and how to fix it. Okay, so the first one, it says the total of the purchases book 25.2 had been posted to purchase 22.5. So on the left hand column here, what they did was purchases. Now we need to know what side purchases go on normally. Purchases are an expense, so they go on the left hand side. So they put in purchases 22,500, as it says here, 22,500. Okay. Now, forget what they did. What should have happened? They should have put in purchases 25.2. So we put in purchases 25.2. Now we match both sides. Okay. So they should have put an extra amount on the left hand side. So we put an extra amount on the left hand side, 2,700. Because when we add what they did to what we're going to do to fix it, it matches what should have happened. Okay. Now, if what they did doesn't balance, in other words, they don't have the same amount on the left hand side and the right hand side, then there's an account called suspense. So when we fix it, 2.7, we then put on the opposite side suspense, 2.7, to match it up. Number 2, wages 800 paid by check not entered in the books. Once it says not entered in the books, they didn't do anything, so therefore there's nothing to fix. We just need to figure out what way should this have been recorded correctly to start off with. Okay, so wages paid. Wages an expense. Wages goes on the left hand side. So wages, left hand side 800. Where do we pay our staff wages out of? By a check. Checks are rarely used these days, but when they are used, a check is a way of paying straight out of our bank. A bank is an asset, so assets, if we have more, go on the left. If we have less of an asset, it goes on the right. So bank is an asset to add to an asset that goes on the left, so therefore to take away an asset that goes on the right. Now, even in saying that, if you knew wages were an expense, it would be fairly likely that bank would be on the right hand side because they have to balance off each other. Number 3, goods sold on credit to Eve O'Brien had been posted to Ellen O'Brien's accounts. So we sold goods on credit. Sold goods. When we sell something, sales go with debtors. Okay? So someone owes us money. Now, they put it in Ellen O'Brien's account. Grand, we'll put it in Ellen O'Brien. And Ellen O'Brien is a debtor. Okay? Debtors go on the left hand side because debtors are assets and they owe us more. What should have happened, it should have went into Eve O'Brien's account. Okay? So a different debtor called Eve O'Brien, and we should have put that in 1,500. Now, let's fix it up. They shouldn't have put anything into this lady's account, so how do I make it back to square? Put 1,500 on this side, and here we go, we put 1,500 on that side. They should have put it in this lady's account, but they didn't put in anything, so we put 1,500 in there. Now, that's that one, and it balances up, so we don't need to do any suspense. Number 4, goods taken by your own private use were not entered in the books. Again, not entered the books, so we just have to do one column, so the right hand column is fine. Okay, now, when we take something for our private use, we're taking money out of the company, so it's called drawings. Okay, so we go down here to number 4, we take €700. Drawings always goes on the left hand side. Okay, it's like an expense. It's not really, okay, we're taking money out of the company, but left hand side drawings. Okay, now what did we take? We took goods. Now, goods were previously purchased to be sold on again. Okay, so we took purchases. So purchases, right hand side, and again balances up, so we don't need a suspense account. Number 5, sale returns books had been undertotted by 500, so we just have to put 500 extra in the sales returns. Sales is a gain, so it goes in the right. When someone returns something to you, then it's the opposite to a sale, or it's costing you money, you could say. So costing you money, or the opposite to sales, left hand side. Now you're only fixing one account, and obviously one account can't balance. So to fix it, you have to put 500 of suspense on the opposite side, and this balances out. Now, that's your workings. It's asked you to journalize these corrections. So all you have to do is take the right hand column and do it nice and neatly. So basically, have one big details column and two euro columns at debit side and the credit side, so left and right, and copy what you've just done. So for number one, you put purchases 27 on the left, suspense 27 on the right. Purchase on the left, suspense on the right, and one quick sentence just to say what happened. Purchases were undertatted. Same at number two, something had not been entered in the books. Yeah, wages there, bank on the right. Error of omission. Omission is when you forget to put something into the books. Okay, and we do that. Just copy your workings down exact same as they are here. Just nice, and it's basically the same thing as your workings, just a bit neater. Okay. For part B, it says prepare corrected net profit if the net profit as per the accounts is 15.7. Okay, so we lay out our page, 2 euro columns, and we put in our original net profit as 15.7. Now, again is on the right hand side. So we look at our column here from our workings, and we say if there's anything that goes into a profit and loss account, in other words, anything that's an expense or a gain that is on the right hand side, we're going to add it on. So we look at our right hand side figures. This one's suspense, so we just leave it off. Bank is an asset, so we just ignore that one because it's an asset, and this one is a debtor, so we that doesn't go into a profit and loss either. Purchase does go into a profit and loss, so we add that on. Okay. Now we look at the left hand side and we see, is there any gains or expenses, anything that goes into a profit and loss account that's on the left hand side, and we take it away. Purchases, yeah, that goes into profit and loss, so there we go, purchase 27. Wages, yeah, that goes into a profit and loss, there we go, and just put a little working beside it so the person who's correcting it knows where it's coming from. A debtor, no, that's an asset. Drawings, no, that goes in a balance sheet. And sales returns, yeah, that goes into a profit and loss account, so that's an expense. Add the 3 of those up. So basically we're getting our original net profit, we're adding on 700, and we're taking away these 3, and we're getting a corrected profit of 12.4.